What's up, listeners? Handsome Doc Hendricks here, giving you another one-size-fits-all, double print, reverse print, backside and front side, both arms, and inside out shirt for The Undertaker that fits everybody, no matter what size or shape you are.
That fits everybody, but sort of nobody, unless you're a very specific kind of fat guy.
I hope that clap at the beginning was very loud.
Was way too loud?
But I didn't do it like full hands. I just sort of did fingers and outside of hands. So it was
a radio clap.
Yeah.
That's when you hit Cuba Gooding Jr.
and turn him back into a normal human being.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone style. One bonk on the head makes you radio, and one bonk brings you back to Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That is reasonable. Hello once again, ladies, gentlemen, dudes, dude dogs, lady dude dogs?
Nah, I'm on the fence about them.
Okay.
We're gonna see. I'm taking, I think there's a...
Prescription drugs.
Certainly, but there's a petition on change.org to make us allow lady dude dogs onto the podcast. And by onto the podcast, I just mean allowed to listen. There will never be one on the podcast. Let's be very clear.
There's been one woman on the podcast.
Yeah, barely.
And she said 2 things.
Yeah, one was funny, though.
One was funny.
Yeah.
We have to go back and listen to what it was. But
I think, it was Liz, right? I'm not crazy?
Shout out to Liz Mustard.
Real name.
Yeah,
when we were doing...
Real name, no gimmicks.
We were doing one of the... Oh, an Obi Trice type. Because we were doing one of the nitros. I think it was when a bunch of security came out. She's like, yeah, then a bunch of dads ran in.
Oh,
it was something like that. It was funny.
I just thought of your Obi Trice joke, and it made me chuckle to myself.
Obi-Wan, shame on me. Obi twice, shame on you. I've already got it wrong. Obi Trice, real names, no gimmicks. Yeah. I think it's the other way around.
Yes.
It's shame on you, then shame on me.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice,
can't fool me again.
Can't fool me again.
Our best president.
The best president. You saw that gif I sent, or meme I sent you?
I did.
That's the truth. He's an angel. He was sent from heaven.
W.
You know what? I've grown to love W for one simple reason. Because of how self-aware he's become, where he's like, hey guys, I'm not the worst one anymore.
Yeah,
you guys thought you couldn't get worse than me, but guess what? I'm not the worst one anymore.
He really gets it.
Yeah.
And which all the more makes me think that I've vastly underestimated the power of the Bushes, because the more time goes on, the more it seems that Trump was just installed as president by the Bushes to make them seem better by comparison.
I'm standing by my stance of Yeb 2024.
Yeb still, he's got a chance.
Yeah, he's got a chance. He's got an outside chance, but he's going to do it.
I want 2024 to be a bunch of former failed Republican nominees.
It might be.
I want Jeb. I want Rick Perry.
Yeah.
I want Bob Dole.
Rand Paul,
Newt Gingrich. We'll throw Huckabee in there. Throw Sarah Huckabee in there. Let's get interesting.
Sure.
Girls can play too.
What about Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin, get on in there.
I hope that the Republican nomination,
Meghan McCain,
is as insane as the Democratic one was this past election. Where it's 28 people, but it's clear that there's only 2 or 3 people that are running.
Yeah. It was wild, kind of beginning of 2020. Biden didn't even really have a shot.
Yeah, he was
6th.
Yeah, 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew Yang, he's my guy.
Yang Gang.
Pete Buttigieg, also my guy.
Yeah, didn't Pete win a primary?
Pete won a primary, for sure.
But wasn't it also the primary where, he made the voting machines or some weird thing like that?
Maybe something like that.
Or the app. Yeah, like his company made the app.
He was involved with the company that made the app. Yeah.
And the app was named like Shadow Inc. or something. Something incredibly sketchy.
Yes.
Yeah. That was good.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ah.
That's what it was named after.
The black one.
Yeah. There was Sonic, there was Knuckles,
there
was Shadow, there was Uncle Tom the Hedgehog.
I don't know. Did he have a cabin?
Yeah, he had a cabin.
Okay.
Now, he was in the woods.
Have we... I don't know if we have. Have we talked about Tails on the podcast?
No, I don't think we have.
Have we talked about Tails' real name on the podcast?
Gordon Shumway.
That's very funny. I am never going to be mad at an elf reference. But...
it makes me think of the Robot Chicken, where it's he's doing all the alien spoofs, and then he goes, "Wait, Winona Ryder's on this picture? Somebody locked my trailer. My iPod's in there."
It's funny because she steals.
Yeah.
Tails' real name. Are we familiar?
I'm sure I've heard it before, but I've totally forgotten.
Does Miles Prower ring a bell?
Sure.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's Tails' name.
Weird.
And I knew that for a while.
Okay.
But
you didn't know what his worker name was.
I didn't know his name. I only knew him as Miles Prower.
Yeah.
And not Tails. No. I knew that was Tails' real name.
Okay.
But I did not until embarrassingly recently the beauty of that name. Miles per hour.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Scott, you blew my mind.
Can you even?
It's that Tim and Eric
insert meme. Eric Wareheim mind being blown gif.
I didn't...
It's unbelievable.
Does Sonic also have a government name?
No. He's like a Cher type.
Oh. Does Knuckles?
Yes. But I can't
Dusty
say
Knuckles?
it on the podcast.
Oh. I'm gonna...
I don't know. I don't know anyone's government name besides that. Also, I don't understand why they have government
I couldn't,
names.
because they come from a place. I don't know. It doesn't appear that he has a...
I'm gonna pop a juice.
Papa Squat? Papa John's?
Well, hey, I like his style. I like his managerial style.
I don't think Shadow the Hedgehog has a name.
So how come only Tails? I guess because Tails isn't a hedgehog.
Yeah, I guess maybe hedgehogs don't.
Hedgehogs don't have names, but kitsunes do.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I feel like you're... How did you know that he had a name?
I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that. But I didn't know the beautiful wordplay involved.
I just want a list of Sonic the Hedgehog's characters and then their real live names. Characters, there we go.
The actors that play them. Tails is played by Miles Prower.
Miles Prower, yeah.
The real kitsune that plays Tails is Miles Prower.
Sure. Yeah. Miles Tails Prower.
Yeah. But everyone else is just like a single hedgehog name. Or Echidna. Sorry, Knuckles. I don't want to single you out.
Metal Sonic. Knuckles the Echidna. Fang the Sniper. I don't know what that is.
I feel like that's after our time.
Fang the Sniper, initially known as Knack the Weasel, is in English localizations, is a purple wolf/weasel hybrid. A wolf jerboa hybrid in Japan.
Oh, those crazy eared
Yeah,
fellas?
they look like little hoppy rats.
That's right. Hoppy big-eared rats.
Oh, I do not care for this character.
Does he fuck?
I don't know, he looks pretty stupid.
Yeah, he looks kind of stupid. I don't think he fucks.
Fang the Sniper. I guess he's a bad guy, I would assume.
I think Fang the Sniper would be a bad guy.
Oh,
yeah.
a minor antagonist who has made several appearances in the series. So what you're saying is he's not important at all, and I should just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody else has a nickname or has a real name. There's Mighty the Armadillo.
They're just reaching.
No, I remember Mighty being in the animated cartoon. The animated series. That looks stupid. I don't like that at all.
It's just Like, the Armadillo does not look like a different species than Sonic.
No, well, yeah, because the problem is that they're all animated exactly the same, like, body and stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember Vector the crocodile.
I didn't watch the television show.
Big the cat.
The cat.
That sounds like you.
That does sound like me.
You're Big the cat. Oh, it's perfect. It looks exactly like you.
Looks like a hotter version of me.
Everyone look up Big the cat. That's what Scott looks like in real life. Chicken legs, big old barrel upper body, stupid ears.
Stupid ears.
Scott,
the first part was true, but I don't have stupid ears.
I hate to be the one to tell you.
I have nice ears.
You look mentally handicapped. People say that to me all the time.
I know that people say you look mentally handicapped to you all the time.
To call the echidna?
Brain Wars. Oh, she can get it.
No.
No?
No, she's got a weird looking body.
Am I just desperate?
She's the daughter of something and is in the same tribe as Knuckles. And then Cheese the rabbit. Oh, Cream the rabbit and Cheese. I don't know what that means.
Hold on.
A peach-colored rabbit with a constant companion named Cheese.
So Cream and Cheese.
Cheese. Anybody knows that reference? You're my best friend. Okay, whatever. Looks like a rabbit thing.
Looks like if a rabbit was in Sonic.
Yeah. Blaze the cat.
Maybe this one's more like me.
I don't think so. I think the other one's exactly like you. The other one was based off you. I mean, that one could also be you.
I like Blaze better.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's a girl.
Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow. That could also be you. Storm the Albatross, Silver the Hedgehog.
How about Storm the Capitol?
Storm the Capitol.
Can that be my character in Sonic?
Yeah. I don't like Silver the Hedgehog.
No.
He can get out. And then there's supposed to be side characters. Styx the Badger. Man, I played Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on original versions of it, and have not played anything since then. So all of these characters to me, sure.
Yeah.
That's a badger.
They
all just look the same.
I guess I was given a Dreamcast late in the game, though no Sonic games on it. Or was Sonic already a property of Nintendo by the time Dreamcast came?
No, it was later.
I guess it was after Sega died. But yeah, so I didn't have any Sonic games on it. The only Sonic games I played are I don't know if it was called Sonic 2 or Sonic and Tails, as well as Sonic Pinball, both on Sega Game Gear. I have only played portable Sonic.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Sonic Chaos, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Triple Trouble, Knuckles Chaotic, Sonic Blast. So what year do you think it was?
1974.
Well, that would be well before the first Sonic the Hedgehog. So...
1993. What do you think about that?
1993 is Sonic the Hedgehog CD.
No. What's for Game Gear?
Sonic Chaos.
No.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is in early 94.
I think that's all too late.
Well, that's it then. You got Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in 1992.
Could well be that.
And then Sonic the Hedgehog CD for Sega CD and Windows.
What was on Game Gear?
Oh, maybe this might just be main.
Maybe you're just an asshole.
2D platforms. Racing games, arcade games, educational games.
Ooh, I want Sonic to teach me how to read.
Spin-off games. Compilations, canceled
Sonic
games.
to teach me math.
Compilations.
Canceled games. Sonic versus the Twin Towers.
Funny. Funny guy. Game Gear.
Sonic did 9/11.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yep.
And Sonic Chaos in 1993.
It would have been Sonic 2 then. I wasn't. Chaos sounds.
And Sonic Triple Trouble as well.
Nah, it's too much. No, Chaos sounds too scary. So it would have been Sonic 2.
Oh, you're afraid of chaos?
Yeah. Aren't you?
No, I like the chaos.
Imagine there being chaos.
I like chaos.
No, I think you're underestimating what chaos entails.
Nope. I enjoy a good skull fucking, and that's chaos.
I mean, that would be a part of it, certainly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm looking for in my life.
Okay. This is good juice. New sponsor.
No, it was already a sponsor before.
It wasn't a sponsor. It was It was mentioned in passing. Was it actually a sponsor before?
I think it was.
Guess what? Old sponsor, guys.
Guess what's sponsoring us again?
Guess who's back for another round? Paradise brand calamansi juice. The lemon of the Philippines. Recommend it. For some reason, the 7-Eleven around here has it.
Because we're cool.
Perhaps it's Philippine owned. I have neglected to check lately if they're still trying to trick me with Mountain Dew Whiteout Slurpees.
Oh,
I haven't looked in the last little while because I was so mad at them. Because one time they made a yellow one, one time they made a pale purple one.
Yeah.
Neither of which are the color of Mountain Dew Whiteout. It's not a trick. It's right in the name.
I think it was the only Mountain Dew sign they had, so they just put it out. They're like, one of them was probably the watermelon.
It didn't really taste like it. The first one, you could make an argument with some form of Mountain Dew. Although it tasted kind of pineapple-y. And the second one I actually have... Oh, the second one, I'm like, I don't remember drinking the whole thing. I didn't drink the whole thing. I filled up a large cup, like the biggest one they had, took one sip, and then threw it in the garbage while making eye contact with the cashier.
And I'm sure she was totally fine with it.
Didn't give a fuck.
I mean, it's a 7-Eleven employee. What are they supposed to do? Care?
What do you put me in 7-Eleven jail?
They might.
What are you going to put me in 9/11 jail? That's Guantanamo Bay.
That is Guantanamo. I hear that Harold and Kumar went there once.
That's true. How'd it go?
Pretty good.
Did they get tortured? I don't think I actually watched that one. Did they get tortured?
They had to have a cock meat sandwich.
That's interesting.
Yep. And then I believe they escaped.
Did they make them make a human pyramid naked?
Nope. But when they escaped, I don't remember the exact way, but they ended up like parasailing by accident and landing in George Bush's ranch. Okay. And then W was played by one James Adomian.
Nice. And
then they smoked some weed and he did a Bush impersonation, and that was the extent of what I remember.
I feel bad for Adomian that he never got a show out of his stuff. Because when he and the other guy, Anthony Adomaniuk or whatever, did those Bernie versus Trump debates, Anthony got a fucking television show out of it, and Adomian can go fuck himself.
I guess Adomian's stuff is all very impersonation based.
Yeah.
So I guess they were like, well, we don't want a Jesse Ventura show, and we don't.
P.S. Why? That would be amazing. A guy doing an impression of Jesse Ventura.
That's a very niche market of people who know how crazy Jesse Ventura is.
Yeah.
I'm a Marine. I was the governor of Minnesota.
I wish one of the Marine movies had just starred Jesse Ventura.
There's still time. There is still
There's like time. John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, Jesse Ventura.
You missed Ted DiBiase Jr. and Mr. Kennedy.
Oh my god. Have all those people played the Marine?
Yes.
It
was John Cena 1.
Yeah.
Ted Jr. 2.
Really? Ted Jr. 2? He was the first pick to succeed John Cena.
Mr. Kennedy 3.
Jesus.
Miz 4, 5, 6, 7.
So no Orton.
No, Orton did 12 rounds too.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never seen...
A pussy.
What?
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 What are you saying?
I was just going over there to ask him to move because we're underneath a vent and it was getting cool.
What?
You know what, Scott? I made a fib. I made a fib.
Not knowing, I'm gonna say your fib has to be that DiBiase Jr. was number 2. I refuse to believe that.
That is not my fib. My fib
Is it about how many pussies I've seen?
No, that one was true.
The answer is at least 7.
The Marine 2 stars one Ted DiBiase Jr.
Fuck.
Is he under his real name? No, he's just listed as Ted DiBiase.
Okay.
However...
Well, yeah, because you can't be Junior.
No.
Makes Vince feel small.
However, the Marine 3 was, in fact, Mike the Miz Mizanin.
Oh.
He has been in 3, 4, 5, 6.
So Kennedy did something else?
So, in number 4, it was The Miz and Summer Rae.
Oh, yes, Summer Rae.
Lana's
in one of them?
In number 5 was The Miz, Maurice, Heath Slater, Naomi.
Wow. Is that where The Miz and Maurice fell in love?
Yes, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas.
All the hits.
And then in the Marine 6 was Mike the Miz Mizanin and one Sean Hickenbottom.
Oh.
So, and Becky Lynch.
And Becky Lynch.
So, Shawn Michaels, The Miz, and Becky Lynch.
Doing a crazy Irish accent.
So, what I fibbed about was that
Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy was in the third Behind Enemy Lines. Behind Enemy Lines, Columbia.
What's the second?
It's like nobody's. Like it's a bunch of, it's like straight to DVD, nobody that you even give a fuck about.
Tom Berenger?
I don't think so.
He seems like the type.
It's called Axis of Evil.
Ooh.
It is set, they are dispatched to North Korea.
Love it.
And it stars, Keith David.
Okay.
I mean, there's some character actors that you would recognize, but no, like, named people.
Let me ask you
this. The main guy is Nicholas Gonzalez.
Ooh, Nicky G.
Of The Good Doctor, a.k.a. Doogie Howser MR fame.
Yes. Now, let me ask you this. Does it have David Keith in it?
It does not have David Keith.
I'm out.
Sorry.
Keith David's the better one.
Keith David's the good one.
Yeah. Community Season 6, baby.
Bad news.
Brown.
There's no Marine 7 in production.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, but he's doing one called Jet Ski. Maybe that's got the Miz in it. Oh, it doesn't.
Maybe it's a backdoor Marine 7.
Oh, but it is right up my goddamn alley.
Oh, boy.
Scott,
what?
If there's one thing I like the most, it's Shark Attack movies.
That's true.
And this is right up my alley.
Shark Attack, baby.
It is...
Little Ian Edwards
reference. A movie called Jet Ski. When their stolen jet skis break down, a group of spring breakers come under attack by a great white shark.
Is it a backdoor Spring Breakers 2 project?
Yes. And it stars no one you've ever heard of, but I am on board.
Oh, put it on the list.
I mean, it's already being watched. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even paying attention to the podcast. I'm watching this movie.
Is it good?
It's great. It's exactly what I wanted. Speaking of Keith David, he is also in Behind Enemy Lines 3.
Fuck yes.
There is
reprising his role?
Yes. There is at least one other actor we've heard of in this movie.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Manganiello. Manganiello.
The man who had all of his work stolen by Jason Momoa.
Yes.
And doesn't get to do anything anymore.
And also originally had all of his credit, everything cut out of Justice League.
Oh, that's right. Huh. Oh, so Jason Momoa literally...
Yeah.
They're going to be in the same movie.
Yes. You know this guy. The guy who directed Behind Enemy Lines Columbia is an actor who I feel like is in something maybe you want.
Ray Donovan?
It's not Ray Donovan. Tim Matheson, this guy. You recognize him.
Yeah, I do recognize him.
He was in The West Wing. He was the vice president in The West Wing.
Okay.
Yeah. You like him.
I love him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's my favorite.
Sure fucking mouth.
I mean, he's no Richard Schiff, Timothy Busfield, or Allison Janney, but he's good.
He's good, not great. Anyways, that can.
It's killing me whether it's Busfield. I think it's Busfield.
I'm not going to look it up. I want you to really be in some pain.
The show will come to a grinding halt.
Well, it's not going to because I'm the one in charge of recording.
Timothy Bus.
I want to see the ones.
How about Timothy Bustfield?
Oh man, it's gonna list all the fucking pay-per-views. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want that.
I notice you haven't looked it up yet.
Yeah, because I'm not going to. I told you I'm not going to.
You're killing your father.
I was trying to look up
Andrew
all of the WWE Films movies,
but all like actual WWE.
It's giving all of the pay-per-views that. So if I go like,
I'm sure there's like a Wikipedia WWE Films list.
US box office.
It'll be on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I guess.
But what will be on IMDb is if you type in Timothy Bus and see what happens.
Well, you got a phone in front of you.
I do.
Use your goddamn hands.
But I'm also balancing a juice on myself.
So they are putting out an animated one in 2020.
Is that the Rumble one?
Yes.
That one's going to be sick.
So they've put out... Oh my god, there are
so
many that we've never heard of.
They just crank them out. It cost them $100 to make a movie.
Because at this... okay, so let's say the first one was The Rundown.
Of course.
And from The Rundown
Dwayne Johnson, Sean William Scott, a classic.
What was the last one? I haven't seen all these, but I've heard of everything up until 2013's No One Lives.
Okay.
And then after that, I have not heard of the majority of these fucking movies.
I don't think I've seen more than 3 WWE Films productions.
The Rundown.
1.
Walking Tall.
Nope.
See No Evil.
Nope.
The Marine.
Nope.
The Condemned.
Nope.
Behind Enemy Lines.
Nope.
Columbia.
No.
12 Rounds.
No.
The Marine 2.
No.
Legendary.
No.
Knucklehead.
No.
The Chaperone.
No.
That's What I Am.
That's What I Am. No.
Inside Out.
Like the Pixar movie?
No.
Either way, no.
Michael Rappaport, Triple H, Parker Posey.
Of course. No.
The Reunion.
No.
Bending the Rules.
No.
The Day.
The Day?
The Day. It's like a horror movie.
No.
Barricade.
I haven't heard of
Marine
a lot of
3
these.
Homefront.
No.
Dead Man Down.
No.
The Call.
That's the Halle Berry.
That's the Halle Berry one with David Otunga.
No.
No One Lives.
No.
Queens of the Ring.
No.
12 Rounds 2 Reloaded.
No.
Christmas Bounty.
No.
Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery.
That one I don't know why, but no.
Oculus, but it doesn't have any wrestlers in it.
Right.
Road to Paloma, but it doesn't have any wrestlers in it. Leprechaun Origins.
Is that the one with Hornswoggle? Yeah.
No. See No Evil 2.
No.
Jingle All the Way 2.
Is Kane in See No Evil 2? Okay.
Jingle All the Way 2.
Jingle All the Way
Starring Larry
Show?
the Cable Guy and Santino Marella.
Wowzers. No.
The Flintstones and WWE Stone Age SmackDown.
No.
The Marine 4 Moving Target.
No.
Vendetta.
No.
12 rounds.
V for Vendetta?
No.
No.
12 Rounds 3 Lockdown.
No.
The Condemned 2.
Ooh, no.
Santa's Little Helper.
No.
Countdown.
No.
You did.
What?
You saw Countdown because we watched it
Oh, we
here.
did watch Countdown. What?
Ziggler and Kane. Remember, it was backstage, and some of the wrestlers were playing the wrestlers, but Ziggler wasn't playing a wrestler; he was playing a cop.
Yeah.
And Kane was his, I don't know, his commissioner or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Term Life.
No.
Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon. Interrogation.
No.
Incarnate. Eliminators.
What the fuck?
Surf's Up 2-Wave Mania.
I do want to see
The
that.
Jetsons and WWE Robo WrestleMania.
No.
The Resurrection of Gavin Stone.
What?
The Marine 5 Battlefront. Slay. Pure Country, Pure Heart. Armed Response. Birth of the Dragon. Killing Hasselhoff. Mohawk.
Killing Hasselhoff.
The Marine 6 Close Quarters. Blood Brothers. Fighting with My Family.
Nope.
Buddy Games.
Buddy Games.
And then Rumble. The
Looks
main event.
3.
The Big Show.
No.
Fight Like a Girl.
No.
Is that everything? And then all of the TBD stuff.
Well, we're not there. That's in the future. Who's to say?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3.
Walking Tall, starring Charlotte Flair.
That's right.
Brawl in the Family.
So, if I had played my cards right and not agreed to watch Countdown here,
Yeah.
I could have done it so that the only ones I've seen are the very first one and the one I was in.
Yes.
But
and up till now, when was it released officially? Like, what was the release date? April 10th. Almost the most recent one. Buddy Games starring Sheamus is the most recent one. Although it's not really starring Sheamus, it just has Sheamus.
He's present.
It's got some people in it that we like, though. We should watch it. Josh Duhamel.
We love
Olivia
Josh Duhamel.
Munn.
We love Olivia Munn.
Kevin Dillon.
Ooh.
One of the guys from Psych.
Ooh. But not the main guy.
Dan Bakedahl. Dax Shepard. Nick Swardson. Neil McDonough as Neil McDonough.
Oh, as beautiful-eyed man. Was that the one before Dax Shepard? Is he the foul-mouthed guy from Veep?
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
I like him too. We should watch this. After a falling out, 6 lifelong friends reunite to play the Buddy Games, an insane competition filled with absurd physical and mental challenges. Now all bets are off as the determined pals fight, claw, and party for the chance to win $150,000. In the process, they'll heal old wounds, right past wrongs, and figure out the true meaning of friendship. Or die trying.
If the Buddy Games aren't exclusively having sex with each other, I am not interested in this movie.
Scott, what if I told you
that you want to play the Buddy Games with me?
It was directed by star of the film Josh Duhamel.
Oh, is it his directorial debut?
It is.
I'm back in.
It was also filmed in Vancouver.
Oh, that's a first. Not much stuff gets filmed here. So
especially not things directed by Josh Duhamel.
Especially not dog shit WWE.
Oh, Scott, it was filmed at the end of 2018. That was your chance to kill Dax Shepard. You blew it.
I still will.
No, I don't think there's time.
Has the window closed on killing Dax Shepard?
Yeah. So is this animated thing about giant monsters that professionally wrestle?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
Well, it's got good people in it.
It's like getting it's a theatrical release.
Yeah.
It's not a bullshit.
Will
one.
Arnett, Terry Crews, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Bridget Everett, who we like. Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, Ben Schwartz, Jimmy Tatro.
Do we like Bridget Everett?
Tony Danza.
Do we like Bridget Everett, or do we just think she's funny because she's fat?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah.
The bad guy is a shark-headed tentacled monster who is the reigning Monster World Champion.
All right.
I'm in. Let's watch it. And after we watch Buddy Games, of course.
I try to watch as many bad animated movies as I can and still never watch a Pixar movie.
I want to see... You do a little bit of talking while I count how many of these movies I've seen.
Is it more than 3?
Yeah.
Is it...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've seen the first 7.
You're ahead of the game.
8.
That's gonna serve you well for the movie portion of the podcast, because you'll be able to give, like in 2007, you'll be able to give Best Picture and Best Actor presumably to See No Evil, so that's gonna do you well. Then what? 2009 ish, Triple H can win for The Chaperone, and obviously Big Show for Knucklehead, certainly. I can only vamp for so long about WWF Films until you're done.
I have seen 14 of the WWE films.
To my 3.
To your 3.
You're ahead of the game, friend.
Now, a couple of the ones I've seen are not ones starring wrestlers and are just ones that were bought by WWE to distribute.
The Call type situation.
The Call, Birth of the Dragon, No One Lives, Dead Man Down. Yeah, I've seen all those ones, but they're not directly WWE films.
But then you've also seen a good chunk that are.
I've seen The Rundown, I've seen Walking Tall, I've seen See No Evil, I've seen The Marine, I've seen The Condemned, I've seen Behind Enemy Lines Columbia, I've seen 12 Rounds, I've seen Knucklehead.
Now,
I saw Fighting with My Family.
Here's a question. Why'd you see Knucklehead?
I don't know, because I thought it would be really bad, because the cover has Big Show in a diaper.
You know what?
So I was like, all right, maybe he's a giant baby.
I'm into the adult baby diaper lifestyle, I'm gonna...
Also, because it has Dennis Farina, and I am a huge Dennis Farina fan.
And where did that get him? Fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
What's Dennis Farina's best thing? Snatch?
Yeah. No. Fuck no. Like actual good best thing, or...
I mean, I very much enjoy him in Snatch, but he's probably done something meatier that's better that I can't think of.
Manhunter is definitely the best thing he's in.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's also in something... Oh, he's in Saving Private Ryan, too.
Shaving Ryan's Privates. Did you ever hear that one?
Never. That's the first time I've ever heard that joke.
The disdain in your voice really sold it for me.
Also,
never. You piece of shit.
Also, Law and Order.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite Law and Order guy,
the New Girl.
Why? What? How come we didn't cancel the podcast and just talk about the fact that Stabler's back on Law and Order?
But it's only that crossover thing, right?
Well, he did the crossover. Now he's got his own show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not back on SVU.
He's not back on SVU, but he can show up from time to time because it's not like they don't film in the same place at the same time.
That is true. His show is based in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like it's based in Chicago, but he just happened to be in New York investigating something.
Visiting his dead wife or something.
I assume you watched it.
Drew. I watched it.
And what was sort of the explanation of where he had been this whole time?
Well, there was some explanation for where he had been for part of the time. There was zero explanation for why he left.
Okay.
Which, I don't know if we get it later or if we can go fuck ourselves.
Maybe there'll be a reveal.
But he's been on some sort of... He was the Rome liaison on some sort of task force.
Okay.
And he was going to go back... But then somebody accidentally blew up his wife instead of him when he was in New York. So now he's staying on the organized crime task force in New York, and we're gonna bust some fucking grease balls.
Well, that's I would be curious. Maybe I'll watch it, but I'd just be curious to find out the information. Because it seemed like such an abrupt exit.
It was incredibly abrupt.
Like, was it... Like, I feel like I remember that there was something with Christopher Meloni where he wanted to try and be a movie guy.
Yes.
And then it didn't pan out, happened. Really. Like, yeah. I couldn't... Can you even name a...
Wet Hot American Summer.
No, I said a post...
No.
Post...
I truly can't. I truly can't.
Movie he was in.
No.
I can't. I literally can't think of a single thing.
No.
But
goddamn, is he good?
I mean, he did a bunch more television.
Yeah, it was I think he very quickly realized he was not a movie guy, and then just went and did other television.
When did he leave?
2000. I don't know, like about 10 years ago, probably about 2010.
2010. So, yeah, he was in the movie where. My favorite television actor, Alan Tudyks, got to say the best word as many times as he wanted.
He was a 42 man.
He's in Man of Steel, apparently.
Great. Oh, he was Superman.
Yeah, correct. He was Superman.
Yeah.
And after that, he was back to television.
Yeah.
So I guess he tried to do a little bit and then was like,
he tried his best.
Oh no, I'm bad at this.
He tried his best.
He played Donald Trump in a made-for-TV miniseries about Kellyanne Conway.
Weird.
And then he did Happy, did a bunch of Handmaid's Tale. He did the animated Harley Quinn show, which is really good. Then, back to SVU, and then on to Organized Crime.
Nice.
So, yeah, he really didn't go anywhere. And for the longest time, like way back, like when I was younger, I always confused him and Elias Cortez.
Elias
Codius.
Yeah.
I always confused the two of them. I always thought Christopher Meloni was Casey Jones in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
They kind of look similar.
They're both gritty.
They're both gritty and like short with similar faces.
Yeah.
I guess Italian and or Greek faces.
Yeah, I guess Codius would be Greek, maybe.
But yeah, I always
Mediterranean, certainly.
Mediterranean, for sure. They both have Mediterranean faces.
Macedonian. North Macedonian. Bosnian and Herzegovinian. Moldovan. Serbian. Croatian. Kosovoian. Yeah?
I don't know about Kosovoian, but...
As I was saying, I'm like, I don't know what the adjective of Kosovo is. Kosovan.
Kosovoers.
Kosovan.
I don't know what this movie is, but I also need to see it.
Did you find another shark movie?
It's not only a shark movie, it's sharks getting eaten by orcas movie, which I'm all about. After the government shuts down all attempts to cull a great white feeding ground off their coast, the only option left is to introduce their natural enemy to those same waters, led by a damaged and unpredictable killer whale. I'm so in.
I hope there's no people in the movie, and it's just different fish fighting.
There's so far the crew list, the cast list.
I'm sorry I called you fish.
Is one person, noted star of the mega hit Avatar, Sam Worthington is the only person.
Does he play a fish?
He might play a fish.
Practical effects or CGI?
I don't know. There's no information about it.
Do they make him a fish?
They turn him into... He's the orca. He's the damaged orca who goes and kills the sharks.
I like it.
Yeah. Is
the best movie where they make someone a fish House of a Thousand Corpses?
Fish Boy! That is very possible that is the one. There's also...
Or Big Fish.
Yeah, no, I think... Yeah, that's definitely the one.
Rob Zombie's Big Fish.
Rob Zombie's Big Fish. Just combine the two.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else being turned into a giant fish. I can think of a man being turned into a walrus.
Absolutely.
But not a fish. Yeah, so... I guess we should do the real thing, since we're 42 minutes in.
Yeah, it felt like we've been going about 40.
Yeah.
So let's do the wrestling part fast.
Well, we always do. So, of course, this is In Your House 6. We are...
Unofficially titled Rage in the Cage. I believe the real titles start next one.
Good Friends, Better Enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is from Louisville, Kentucky.
Home of derbies and bats.
The first episode that we get a free-for-all for.
Yes.
So we did check out the free-for-all, even though it was honestly not much of anything.
Sure wasn't.
It was Todd Pettengill doing the introduction. He introduces Vince and Jerry Lawler, who they kind of quickly run down the free-for-all, what we're going to see, which is nothing, really.
Jerry Lawler hasn't cut his hair yet, and I'm just getting angrier every show.
As you should. There is a talk about Vader being reinstated by new temporary commissioner Roddy Piper.
I believe he's acting president.
Acting president.
Gorilla Monsoon was interim president after they got rid of Jack Tunney.
Oh, Jack Tunney, you fucking fish-faced motherfucker.
And yeah, Gorilla was interim for a very long time.
You could have definitely.
I don't know why he was not made permanent. President. Also, because it's just fake, and they can do whatever they want. Yeah. It's not a real position.
During this conversation about the Vader and Jim Cornette promo backstage, Vince, instead of saying reinstated, said reinstruction.
That's
Vader.
Right, reinstruction.
How will the reinstruction of Vader affect blah blah blah? Good job, Vince. You're the one in charge.
Vader was
if someone else did that, you would be furious.
Vader was sent to a Chinese re-education camp.
Yeah. He's in one of those work camps way out by Tibet.
They stuck him with the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
With all their backwards hats and Vanilla Ice CDs.
Yeah, the Uyghurs.
The Uyghurs. You get it. And Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
The original Uyghur.
Your Neil Brennan's.
Yeah, definitely Neil Brennan.
Yeah, who was given his N pass. There was also a interview with Bret where he had claimed that he had never lost a cage match, and I looked, and that is not WrestleEyes. At this point, he's only had one against Owen,
which he won.
So,
which Meltzer gave 5 stars, and their WrestleMania match not 5 stars, and that is a hard disagree on both of those.
Well, Dave's wrong about a lot of things.
No, that was the first and only.
Oh, okay, yes, of course. So the only match on the free-for-all is the heel to Tonka coming out to face the recently returned Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, Native American sellout to Tonka.
Yeah. Native American to Tonka, who was bought for 50 cents.
He's playing a very layered character. He's a white guy.
He's like 1/16 Native, Scott.
I won't have it. He's a white guy pretending to be a Native American who has sold out to the white man.
I wonder how he felt about that.
It's very meta.
Yeah. Jake Roberts, of course, returned at the Royal Rumble after being out of the company for 4 years. 1992?
Yeah, right about that.
Of course, why would Jake commit to putting on his proper gear for the free-for-all? So he's wearing his... I'm sure if you're a wrestling fan, you've seen his gear. It's the teal with the snake skin down the side of the pants. With the same sort of top, same like a
vest.
It's a vest, or it also kind of just looks like scrubs.
Sure.
Same color as the pants with snakeskin under the arms.
But he doesn't have that.
This time he doesn't. He just has essentially like a loose fitting teal t-shirt that he cut the sleeves off.
Yeah, just a sleeveless t-shirt.
Yeah. No logos, no patterns.
Very sloppy. It does identically match the color of his pants. I will give him that.
At least he committed to same color as the pants.
I don't know how he found a shirt the exact color of his pants.
I don't know. Maybe they made it for him. They're really invested in him.
Someone made that, and he didn't just find it.
They're really invested in him.
I don't believe
he does. He gets a tiny bit of a push.
He goes to the finals of King of the Ring.
Yeah, and he gets he gets a singles match on SummerSlam, and he's in a sort of big Survivor Series match, but. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the match was nothing. There was not a single thing to speak of in this match.
No.
He won with a DDT, as you would expect, in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So the actual pay-per-view starts with, they show a beach, and then they show Sunny, and I just made the note.
And do not call Sunny a beach.
I just wrote the note of Sunny being a slut on the beach.
Yeah, she was.
Because look what she's wearing. She wants it.
Oh.
And I imagine the amount of guys who, when they got the VHS copy,
she was
just freeze framed and just went to town.
Oh,
had themselves the old knuckle party.
Knuckle party. You were saying pause the video. I thought you were going to say they were pawing off.
They were pawing off. If that was what they wanted to do.
Yeah. I was just thinking, because she's back to look at what she's wearing. She was already in the ocean, so it would be hard for any evidence to stay there. So it's kind of the perfect situation.
Yes.
Is a slut in the ocean.
Yes. After that, we get a promo for the build up to Bret and Diesel. Essentially, Diesel having Bret beat, but Bret gets the roll up, and then all of the Undertaker, Diesel, Bret business, and so just setting up for the main event tonight.
I was saying when we were watching it, the Diesel's kind of MO the last 6 months he's in WWF is he has every single match won and then blows it.
Yeah.
Like in the title match against Bret, has him, completely kicks his ass, goes to powerbomb, gets small package. Last in your house against Owen Hart, just absolutely beat the fuck out of him, and then shoves the ref for no reason, gets DQ'd.
Yep.
And spoiler, has this match won too tonight, and again blows it.
Yes. So the first actual match of the pay-per-view is Razor Ramon versus the 1-2-3 Kid in a famous Crybaby match.
Yep.
We get the promo package sort of showing the 1-2-3 Kids turn on Razor. There was a very funny Razor has Jeff Jarrett for the Razor's Edge, and 1-2-3 Kid gives him a cute little bonk with the guitar. Like, didn't swing it hard enough for the guitar to properly break.
But clearly the neck of the guitar was gimmicked.
Yeah.
Because it shattered.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah. He didn't want to hit his friend too hard. That's nice.
As is sort of a theme across this pay-per-view, the match starts hot and heavy.
Yeah, every match is a hot start, which normally if you're agenting a show, you would say don't do that. But, like, pretty much every match on the show was a grudge match.
Yeah, it's nothing but feud.
It made sense.
It's nothing but feud enders, so...
Yeah, and, like, nothing really should have started by, like, circling and tying up.
Yeah, so, I mean, it makes sense, but when you have 5 matches...
In a row.
And they are all hot starts...
Hot.
Yeah. So, there's, a lot of really hot stuff at the start, where there's a big, like, trading, and then... Kid hits like a big slap, and then Razor hits a much harder slap.
Yes.
Then they do a quick rope running spot where Razor gives him like maybe the hardest shoulder tackle anyone's ever given him.
Runs him the fuck over.
There's no way that the kid didn't get whiplash from that.
Yeah.
Like his head smacked the mat. And then I just made a note here that like, I mean, Razor has so much heat. Like, if they could have just managed to not let Razor leave the company, like, he was so hot at this point, both physically and wrestling heat-wise. But yeah, just like everything he does, the crowd eats that shit up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
At some point, Jerry Lawler references Razor Ramon's mom giving birth to him on the side of the road.
No, Razor's so ugly.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Razor was such an ugly baby that when his mom gave birth to him, she was arrested for littering. I'm like, wow. He's implying that she shot trash out of her pussy.
Yeah.
And it was Razor.
And it was Razor. Razor was the garbage.
That's a pretty good diss.
Yeah. There was I made the note here that after they had done some trading back and forth, there was definitely a really good slap that Scott said, like, "Oh, that's a hit your friend's hard spot."
Yeah, this one was the opposite of the hit him lightly with the guitar.
Yeah,
this was a strike you would only do on your friends.
Yeah, like you're not going to be mad about this because we're friends.
Yeah, because anyone else would be mad at you.
Yes, for sure. Then. So of course there's a little enough gimmick and stuff and interference in this. The first one is Razor chucks the kid to the floor. DiBiase goes and grabs a handful of powder. When
baby powder specifically.
Baby powder. When Razor goes to grab the kid to pull him in, DiBiase chucks the powder in his face.
Yeah.
And then when Razor's selling, kid goes up top and hits a really big missile dropkick.
Yeah, it was good.
Then when he gets Razor down, he goes up top and does what I've called a frogless frog splash.
Yeah, it was not as good as last time.
Like, it just looked like the big splash that Fatu does.
Yes.
Like, you sort of tuck your arms, but then you just sort of, like, extend for a splash.
You didn't make you need a good crunch.
Yeah, you need to really, like, get your knees and your elbows past each other, which he doesn't do. At one point, the kid really works down Razor with a sleeper hold, which prompts Lawler to ask McMahon if he thinks that Razor might be a bedwetter or not, which McMahon completely no-sells.
Yeah, as he should have.
Razor counters, finally gets out of the sleeper hold by just straight up crotch dropping the kid on the top rope.
Yeah, it was good.
Then, as Razor gets back, gets his heat back, he grabs the kid, puts him on the top rope, gives him a big old kick to the stomach.
Yeah, because they had already done the just like go for a running crossbody, catch him, fall away slam standard.
The standard Razor Ramon
So then
spot.
they did it again, and Razor caught him in fall away slam position again. I'm like, what? You're just gonna do your move again? No, but then he lies him horizontal against the top rope, kicks him. I'm like, is it too much to ask for a top rope fall away slam? I'm like, it is like 1996 WWF, so I shouldn't get too excited about cool moves. But he fucking does it.
Yep.
It was great.
It was pretty good.
Loved it.
Then we get more interference. So DiBiase tries to distract the ref after giving the kid the baby powder bottle. Kid fills his hand with powder. Razor bumps DiBiase.
Gets his stupid hand, kicks into his stupid face.
Turns around and, like, the kid obviously trying not to blow the spot, like is walking over to Razor,
careful,
just in front of his body, so that when Razor kicks it, there's no way he's fucking up the spot. So he kicks the powder into Kid's face, gives him a big old Razor's edge. One, two, pulls him up. I'm gonna embarrass this little guy, this adorable little ugly baby. Picks him up again, gives him another massive Razor's edge. And then it's baby time.
What's the time? Diaper time.
Baby time.
What's the time? Diaper time.
So he gets the baby bottle, which a big problem for me is that the baby bottle is clearly full of water. Babies don't drink water.
No, it's like white tinted water, but it does not have the viscosity of milk.
But it looks like water.
Oh no, it's absolutely the consistency of water, which did make me angry. I wanted a high fat milk.
Yes, or just get breast milk. Someone will give it to you. Cambodian breast milk.
Yeah, I wanted like minimum homogenized milk, maybe like a light cream.
Sure, something
maybe
else.
A half and half, like a 10%.
Yep.
If you want to be decadent, you could go coffee cream 18%. I'm not advocating whipped cream 33% because that's simply nonsense. But I'll give you coffee cream. Maybe 35% is whipped. Yeah. Guys, I know don't worry about it. I'm very good at dairy fat percentages.
You're good at fat percentages.
0.
Yeah.
Look at this.
0% body fat. You're literally dying because your body doesn't have any fat on it.
Yeah. No, I've figured it out. I figured out how to exist.
Your body runs on 100% efficiency and does not need body fat.
I don't have body fat. I've stopped shitting.
Everything that goes into your body is 100% turned into energy.
Yeah. I look super weird.
You look like, I'm sure you haven't seen it, but there's an episode of Family Guy where Brian gets really into running and becomes super skinny and gross. Ugh. And like all of his nipples stick out because he's super skinny.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, but that's what you look like. That's what you look like to me.
That's me.
So Razor puts the kid in like this kind of unintentional, like gross sexual position so he can baby powder his bottom. And then while he's pouring the powder into his hand, which obviously is for the next spot, but why would you pour it into your hand? Are you going to rub it on his butt with your hand?
That was like, in kayfabe terms, that was the intention. Yeah. If DiBiase hadn't interfered, he was going to
palm pat that powder on.
Yeah.
Palm pat that powder. Try saying that 10 times fast.
A lot of peas.
DiBiase runs in to try and stop it. He gets powdered in the face. Yeah. Which Ted does a great job of not only selling the powder, but after Razor straps on the diaper, does the pose, pours baby powder all over the 1-2-3 kid, he leaves, and then Kid sort of like awakes, that kind of groggy, and he has the bottle, he has the powder, and then he thinks he's like celebrating, and then DiBiase comes in and tells him he's wearing a diaper, and he looks down. So not only is it incredible that the 1-2-3 kid was able to like pretty much cry. Yeah. But, like, DiBiase did an incredible job of selling. Like, going over to the corner and, like, jumping up and down in anger. Yeah. Just, like, yelling at everyone.
Look what he's done to my beautiful boy.
Yeah, both of them did a great job of selling.
Just great heel overacting. Yeah. Fantastic.
So now in the back, we get RoJo and Sunny talk about the hotline and doing interviews. And they show a clip from after the free-for-all where Jake Roberts comes back with his snake and scares Sunny, and she's all like, oh my god, I'm so scared of that snake, and RoJo's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna touch you later, or something.
I am French, we eat these.
I didn't put the notes on the TV like I normally do. I would like to emphasize that I wrote in all caps the correct spelling of Hearst.
Now, I can't see it from here.
So you're just going to have to take my word?
So you're going to need to read it out loud.
Hearst.
I'll allow it.
So next up is Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
On a Hunter's tour of wrestling big sloppy guys.
Hunter's tour of, in the future, you're going to be allowed to call your own shots, so until then, you're wrestling who we want you to wrestle.
Yeah, this really is the Triple H due-paying tour.
Yeah. So this is what Scott deemed as the Hunter's start of having random sluts accompany him to the ring.
Yeah.
Which ultimately leads to Sable.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess...
Sable and then China.
And then China.
Yeah.
The hottest one.
Absolutely.
Save the best for last.
I don't know. Have you been on the cover of Playboy?
Twice.
Oh.
Twice. She was on twice.
Oh, she was.
She was twice. Or
you
was
weren't.
twice? She was twice.
They were twice.
He comes to the ring with this woman.
Is China the original they them?
No. we had to look up who she was. She was some penthouse playmate of the month or year.
Penthouse pet.
Whatever, who cares?
Playboy has playmates.
It's women, who cares?
Penthouse has pets. Don't you know?
Is it Playgirl? It's got girl in the title, Scott.
I only read Playgirl because
for the articles.
Certainly for the articles, and two, because it's the one with girl in it.
Yeah.
So it must be the one full of girls.
I don't want Playboy.
Yeah. What am I, gay?
Do you want me to answer that or no?
No.
Okay. So Hunter makes his way to the ring with this girl, and they go backstage with Pettingale, who's interviewing Duke the Dumpster. They show the sort of history of Duke getting his head shaved recently and try to get his revenge on Hunter. I don't remember a lot of Duke the Dumpster. I mean, I obviously remember him.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned it before about how he used to do amazing impersonations.
Sick impressions.
But as far as a wrestler goes, like, he was shit.
Yeah, he was there. He was a pretty large guy who had shockingly little muscle.
Yeah, a real weird body structure.
Yeah.
Like, he's
big guy,
tall,
small arms,
and like has like, you know, his like, he's not skinny at all.
No,
sorry, not fat at all.
No,
but he has no arm definition, no shoulders.
Yeah,
like in my head, I remembered him being big, but I guess
burly guy.
Like, he's pretty tall.
He's tall. That's it.
There was a really real sketchy press slam at one point.
Yeah.
Where he definitely tried to stall him, but like,
he's like, "Oh no, we're gonna
couldn't do it.
We're gonna keep."
So you just had to slam him real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the match was really a whole lot of nothing. It was all of the traditional, like, Hunter getting beaten up by a face spots, leading to the finish, which was Duke getting frustrated and going outside to get his garbage can.
Of course, good plan.
He chucks the lid
over
the top rope. And the time the lid lands, the side of it hits Hunter right in the face.
If he took 100 more shots, he couldn't have done another one that perfect.
But like, it was perfectly placed, like, not intentional, but perfectly placed.
Luckily, it's made of like such flimsy material, it didn't.
It's
hurt
nothing. It's
Hunter.
Yeah.
But like, if that was like an actual trash can lid, it would have shattered his face.
Yeah, it would have definitely done some damage.
Yeah.
So he brings the garbage can in. When he's getting in the ring, the ref and him argue about it, and the ref throws the can out. This lets Hunter get the lid and smack him in the head. Not even hard, because it's such a weak
You can't
item.
hit hard with this thing.
And then he sort of like fumbles with it, and as the ref's trying to turn around, it was
right after he hits Drosy with it, the lid starts falling forward a bit, so then he very quickly grabs it with both hands and like
scoots it,
hikes it like a football through his legs
out of the ring
the back way. All in plain view of the ref, but he did not. All in Daniel plain view of the ref.
Yes. So yeah, then that's.
If I told you I was
a
gay man, you would agree.
Yes, I would agree. So that's the finish. But then that's it. It was a nothing match. Next is we've got Todd Pettingale at the quote-unquote WWF store that's open 24/7 because it's not a real store.
It appears
it's
to be
just
a storage
online.
locker.
Yeah, or just like a studio space at WWE headquarters or something.
Yeah, at Titan Towers.
Yeah, Titan Towers. So, you know, he's hawking all the merchandise, and then he makes a really awful joke. They show a bunch of merchandise, and then they show just like a random employee girl wearing the shirt.
This is our item of the month. And he's like, no, not Emma, the shirt. I was like, oh, do you come with the shirt?
Oh, you. Ugh, Pettingale, you suck. Get your hair back.
I like that.
And then, of course, as we mentioned at the very top of this podcast, this was another of the one-size-fits-all shirts. Where they're talking about the Undertaker shirt. It's a one-size-fits-all, folks.
Was it so cost prohibitive in those days to make shirts different sizes?
I mean, they were making the least amount of money they'd ever made.
They were literally tanking.
But, like, what if you were a child You had to get, like, I assume that those one size fits all are like an extra large.
They said it was like an extra large.
So if you're a child and you want that Undertaker shirt,
then it's a sleep shirt.
You're walking around in
swimming.
a giant shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll grow into it.
But it was the style of the time.
That's true. We're saying at least this was in the 90s where everyone wore everything 3 sizes too big.
Yeah, like
so
it's not like
okay.
now where everybody wears, for the most part, like form-fitting clothes. I'm wearing
a tailored 3-piece suit right now.
I'm wearing an extra small tank top. I'm busting out of it.
I'm wearing a boy's size small fursuit.
There's quite a bulge going on. I don't like it. It's gross.
Man, I haven't seen it because I don't think they're designed that way. But I wish there was like a 2-piece fursuit, like top and bottom, that is too small for the person wearing it. So there's just like human stomach sticking out the middle of it.
That would be pretty funny.
That is a look that in my head is very funny.
That's a real beat up walrus suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is coming.
So after that, they show the highlights of the Yokozuna and Bulldog business, which was on Raw a month ago.
Something like that.
It was Yoko and Bulldog versus the two dudes with attitudes. So Bulldog and Yoko have some miscommunication that leads to Yoko getting knocked out of the ring, and he's too fat to help him up.
Too fat to fish.
So they get counted out.
Yeah.
Which causes Owen and Bulldog to turn on Yokozuna for whatever reason.
Because he's fat and stupid. I think was their reason.
Well, so they at this point, there is a reference to Yoko weighing 700 pounds.
Yep.
Which then also leads to them being mean to Fatty.
Yep.
Then we go from the promo package to Handsome Doc with Yoko.
And Yoko's like first ever interview.
Yeah. I think what Doc said was that for 3 years, Jim Cornette has not allowed Yokozuna to speak.
Yeah.
So now he's allowed to speak. And so Yoko, looking and sounding very Japanese.
That's in your notes, I believe?
Yeah.
Very Japanese.
Very Japanese.
Definitely authentically Japanese and not SoCal gangbanger.
Yeah, not a SoCal Samoan gangbanger.
Yeah.
Who walks around wearing FUBU and listens to Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Meet you at the crossroads, right?
But yeah, so Yoko cuts a big old mean guy promo about
East 1999 and Eternal. Is that the name of the album?
Look
it up.
I couldn't tell you.
Absolutely right now.
Couldn't tell you.
Absolutely
I want your autism to do some work.
I mean, it just did by saying that. Now you have to complete the Cremaster cycle. I'm going to be so happy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Released July 25th, 1995.
Good year. Was it? Yeah, why not?
I don't know, sure.
It was pre 9/11, so every year was a good
every
year.
year was a good year.
We were on an unbeaten streak until 2001.
Yeah, America had never lost a war.
Never lost.
So obviously,
except definitely Vietnam.
This is Yoko Bulldog, and as we stated in every other match, another hot and fast start.
Hot.
The match itself was kind of nothing. There wasn't really
it was nothing.
There was a lot of like Jim Cornette shit. There was just like a lot of, Yoko missed a giant elbow drop and a giant leg drop, and like there wasn't really any moves.
No.
But then as Yoko gets Bulldog down for, I assume, the bonsai drop, like he's gonna pull him to the corner for the bonsai drop, Cornette gets in and just fucking hammers him,
wails him
with the tennis racket, like so hard. Like obviously it's a gimmicked tennis racket, but he tries to hurt him
he's
much.
Hitting him as hard as he can,
and it does nothing. Doesn't
it
even phase Yoko at all.
How much? Like that's a lot of back fat to get through. That's a lot.
So he hits him quite a few times. Then Yoko turns around to get him and sort of corners him like he's going to get him, and then outruns Vader in his casual save the day gear of a oversized for him even leather jacket.
Really big jacket.
What is he, a Colorado U or Boulder? Where did Vader go to college?
Something with a bear as its
No,
logo.
I think it was a bison.
A bison.
So it's whatever.
A dog. Okay.
He went to University of Colorado.
UC.
Yeah, it was University of Colorado. So he comes out with a University of Colorado T-shirt, and he just starts hammering Yoko.
What size was that jacket? Was that a one size fits all?
That's a WWF one size fits all. Yeah.
Was that one 5XL fits all?
I mean, Vader probably wears a 3XL, and that was too big for him.
Conservatively 3XL.
Yeah,
dude, he's pushing
He's
pushing
big.
400.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a custom made like 5XL leather jacket.
But custom made
in
for
anticipation of him
gaining weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he didn't want to have to get another one when he got fat.
Look, I'm on clearly a bit of a slide here, so I'm gonna get this a little bigger than I need it. So this fits real nice in 97.
Yeah, real smooth fit. I want to be able to breathe, but I also want to be warm.
Yeah.
So they beat up Yoko. They end up handcuffing him to the ropes.
During the course of the beating up, Vader takes his mask off.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Voluntarily.
Why wouldn't you?
And then puts it back on.
Well, because he probably wasn't supposed to take it off.
Then
but
why
he was
did he take it off?
Fuck him. I don't know, because it's Vader. Are you going to tell Vader no?
I'm not.
Exactly.
Do what you want, Leon.
Exactly.
It's your life.
And then after that, we go to the back where we show Goldust in the... I don't believe it's called the America Online room this time.
I think they lost sponsorship.
But it's just him with some random guy.
Yeah.
The guy is typing away on the computer, and Goldust is sitting behind him, like
molesting
rubbing his chest and and then talks about Razor and how hot and sexy Razor is.
The guy's like crying.
Oh yeah, like he's not happy about the position he's been given tonight.
Yeah.
Then we get
and we're setting up the first of 2 announced WrestleMania matches that don't happen.
Yes, absolutely. Then we get a quick promo package of all of the history between Owen and Shawn, the enziguri that caused him to collapse and...
Well, because he had post-concussion syndrome.
Invented way before it actually happened.
Yeah, that's what's confusing me, because I didn't think there were concussions until 2008, until at least after Benoit, if not after the movie Concussion in 2015. Hashtag Oscars so white.
Hashtag Oscars so white. So yeah, they show Shawn announcing his return in the Rumble, which was kind of a weird...
It was delivered really weird. He's doing this like press conference and...
But like sad.
Yeah, like the guy coming back from injury.
I didn't want to come back.
Announcing he's back in the Rumble.
I wanted to stay home and do drugs, but they're making me wrestle.
That was the vibe I got. He's like, I would like to stay home and do drugs, please.
I just want to stay home and not have to be here, but still get paid and also do drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a real weird, sad thing. So we, for the first time in a few shows, actually, the first time since we've watched the In Your Houses that we actually got Owen Hart's theme music. Because
possibly.
It was 2 tag matches, and the Diesel match, he was already in the ring.
That's true. He was in the ring in Diesel, and the rest he was tagging with Yoko.
Or not on the show.
Music, or not on the show.
Yeah. So we finally get Owen's awesome music.
Awesome disco jam.
Then Shawn comes out. Shawn's on top of the In Your House set.
And separately but equally from that is a gay man.
Yes, he really is. He doesn't realize that the hat he's wearing makes him look incredibly gay.
And the dance.
And the dancing.
Everything.
But women think he's hot. That's why he did Playgirl.
Why were women so stupid?
So as he's up there, we're sort of like, how's he going to get down? And then just a rope out of nowhere, and he, like, pirate style swings down, but he's still way too high.
That's the thing. Like, even at the nadir of the rope's arc, he's still, like, kind of 7 feet up.
Yeah, like, he had to drop a significant distance.
Yeah.
Like, that's a ankle blowout if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was real scary. Like, way too high. And again, as is tradition, it starts out hot and heavy. Mm-hmm. Owen tries to jump him before he gets his entrance gear off. Shawn dumps him out, does his poses, whatever. The next note I wrote is just, Shawn is annoying as a face.
Oh, because he's doing, like, heel stalling, but it's cool.
Yeah, he's like high-fiving. He slides out of the ring to high-five the crowd.
Yeah.
He does some dancing. He gets back in the ring. He's, like, giving Owen noogies.
Yeah, like, Cornette is distracting the ref for some reason while Shawn has Owen in a headlock, and then Shawn, like, let's go to the headlock, and yeah, gives him noogies and then gets him back in the headlock. I'm like, well, one, you're doing a great job, Cornette, and two, you're an asshole, Sean.
Yeah, it's a real, like, trying to be cool and funny, but it's really lame.
Yeah. Which is kind of the story of the 1990s when you think about it.
Yeah.
In general.
The 1990s comedy was what, like, dads thought was funny in the 50s. Like, wet willies and noogies. Like, ha ha ha, this is great stuff, pal.
Yeah, it's 1950s bullying.
Come on, pal.
Funny.
I mean, that was when Vince grew up, right?
Yeah.
He was bullied in the 50s by his mom's boyfriends. And by bullied, I mean molested.
Yeah.
Then there was
and his cousin or something?
I don't know. Family members, like a lot of them.
A lot of family members.
And his mom. So at one point, Owen gets dumped, and Sean does, and like a really big 180 like cross body off the top to the floor.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Yeah, big jump, big catch.
Yeah, they get back in the ring, and they both hit some spots back and forth, and then there's a really good double kip up spot.
Yep.
Where after that they do some rope running, and then Sean hits what Vince calls a Frankensteiner, which sounds weird in 96 WWF because the Steiners aren't there.
But it's all they would have ever called
it.
Like
at the time, it's not like they knew that it was called something else.
Yeah.
Because all they had ever seen was Scott do it, and he called it the Frankensteiner. And if he ever heard you not call it the Frankensteiner, he would kill you. There was a really weirdly set up and weirdly bumped belly to belly by Owen, but it looked cool.
It was super snappy, which saved any other weirdness about it.
Yeah.
But the angle was strange.
The angle was strange. And Owen sort of like dropped to his hip really fast.
I feel like it might have been one of those things where it was a game time decision whether it was going to be an overhead or not an overhead belly to belly.
Yeah, that's definitely what it
ended up as both.
Yeah.
But it was so fast it was cool.
Yeah. There was Lawler on commentary made a statement that Owen was in fact the one that invented the camel clutch, which Vince didn't seem to care about arguing with him about.
Yeah, because like the old thing within the Owen Bret feud is Owen said he invented the sharpshooter, and then then Owen just did a camel clutch in this match, and Lawler said he invented that too, and Vince was like, well, I can't prove he didn't, so I guess I won't say anything.
Yeah, no one ever did it before Owen Hart.
Before Owen Hart was born.
Then they end up getting, he gets out of the camel clutch. They do some spots. There's like, Sean on the apron. Owen runs over and eats a strike, and then Sean goes for a suplex to the floor. Yeah. But, like, it was almost like it wasn't planned that Owen was supposed to go over.
They do like the Owen is going to suplex Sean into the ring, and Sean doesn't go. And then Sean just suplexes Owen all the way to the floor. Owen lands on his feet. Sean doesn't go down.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, what the plan was.
Like, I don't know if Owen was supposed to go to the apron, or Owen wasn't supposed to actually go over the top.
I don't know.
But then the next spot was just, like, Owen catches Sean off the apron into a power slam on the floor.
Yeah, so I guess it was just I think the plan was just Owen lands on his feet, and then they do the power slam because like clearly that was where they wanted to end up.
Yeah, it seemed kind of awkward.
The suplex is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what especially in terms of like psychology what the plan was.
Yeah. So after that, they get back in the ring, and Owen hits what I can only describe as the world's fastest running clothesline.
Oh my god.
Like Sean gets up in the corner, Owen's in the other corner, and he runs as fast as any man has ever ran.
Yeah, Owen does like a 9.7 second 100 meter.
Yeah, he actually set the world record in 1996.
Yeah.
And just like...
Take that, Donovan Bailey, Canadian hero.
He is a Canadian hero.
You know who isn't? Ben Johnson.
That is correct.
Cheating ass motherfucker.
That is correct. So
9.83 my ass, more like 9.96 probably with that steroids.
If that.
Loser.
Could
you even crack 10, pussy?
Could you?
Could you even crack 10 pussies?
Nah. I don't want to. That's gross. I don't even want one.
Not even one.
Not even one.
Pussy. Not even once.
So then Owen, so they have a weird miscommunication where Owen is like standing at Sean's head. And you can, like, so Sean's on his back looking straight up. Owen stands with both feet next to Sean's head. It
is the most obvious telegraph in the world.
It's the most obvious. You don't know what the next spot is, so I'm going to vocally tell you loud enough that people can hear, it looks like I'm talking to you.
The only thing that can happen in this position is Sean from the ground raises his legs up, hooks them under Owen's arms, and rolls him forward into a rolling pin. That's the only thing that can happen. Sean does not do it.
Well, yeah, because the next spot is... Because Sean very clearly says something to Owen, and Owen walks around him and puts him in the sharpshooter.
Right.
And so then, of course, as you had said, that like, HBK is literally the submission is your finisher killer.
Yes. If you have a submission finisher, I will kill it.
Yeah.
If you are Owen Hart with a sharpshooter, if you are Kurt Angle with an ankle lock.
Yeah, or even Bret with a sharpshooter.
I will kill it to death.
Yeah, he's literally going to, like comically oversell it and get out of it.
And stay, but not... before staying in it for at
forever.
Least 2 minutes.
For 10 times longer than any other person has ever survived that hole. Yeah. Absolutely, that is him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they do a really good I think he counters a suplex, like he runs at him in the corner, does an up and over.
Yeah, he does like a body slam scoop to an up and over.
Then they do like a float over. Then they do a quick reversal. Owen goes for the kick, hits the enziguri. Sean sells really good through the ropes to the floor.
Yeah.
Like real fast and smooth.
He got good contact on the kick, too.
Very good contact.
He really did smash a guy in the head who had suffered real head trauma earlier. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Respect.
So, when a guy goes to the floor, generally you count him out.
Also, because this match is for the WrestleMania World title shot.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter how you win.
Yes.
So if
you win the match, you are the
if
number
Owen
contender.
had sat cross-legged in the ring after this, he would be going to WrestleMania.
Yes, but for whatever reason, the referee doesn't count.
He never starts counting.
And
then Owen just
goes. So Sean lays on the floor, and
and
Owen's just like, all right, I'll take this in my own hands then. So he gets in, rolls him back in. Then Owen gets a little bit more offense on him, and then they do a very good. Sean gets back up on him. Sean sets up for the sweet chin music. Owen ducks, catches the kick, goes for the enziguri again. Sean ducks it, backs up like 3 steps really fast.
Yeah.
Blasts him with sweet chin music and pins him. It's
Great finish.
Excellent finish.
Yeah.
Like really, really good. It's good because the beginning of the match was definitely like, man, why are they making Owen look like a dumb fuck? Like this is a second show in a row. Third show in a row.
Yeah.
Because it was Owen coming down to jump Diesel in the tag match and getting pinned right away.
After he was faking for attention.
Then it was Diesel kicking his ass.
Yep.
And no offense whatsoever. And then this, luckily that turned around and Owen actually started to look good.
Yes.
Like he actually got to do stuff.
Yeah, you got to have a good match, which is nice.
So which is great. So Meltzer gave the match 4 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with 4 stars. It's good, but
I'd give it close to 4, especially at the time in WWF. By those standards, I'd say easy
mid-90s WWF. It's like a 9-star match.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's just the beginning stuff of Sean just being a douchey face. Just really ruined it for me. Luckily, it kind of came around. Mm-hmm. So next we get a promo package. Where they lie to our faces about WrestleMania 11 being
awesome.
The greatest spectacle that's ever been seen by human eyes in the history of humanity.
And definitely not, even at the time, one of the worst WrestleManias.
And like giving it just such huge praise and all these accolades. And then they're like, well, if that was so good, imagine how great WrestleMania 12 will be.
12 is better.
12 is better, but
still
it's
not that
a
good.
Low bar.
It certainly is. I will say, Lawrence Taylor's shoulder block, pretty fucking good.
And what adds to it for sure is that he definitely doesn't know how to land after hitting it.
Yeah.
So he just hits it and then it like face plants into the mat.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Also, remember Bam Bam? Oh, he's already gone.
Yes.
Yeah, good thing that worked out for him.
It was worth it. It was definitely worth losing to a guy who will never wrestle again in the main event of WrestleMania for the amazing 1995 and rest of career he had in WWF.
Yep.
He never comes back. No,
he does WCW until right before it ends, and then that's it. He's donezo. He does Japan, and then he dies. He fucking dies. So we're in the back. Oh no, we're out at ringside while they're setting up the cage for the main event. Yeah. Todd Pettengill introduces acting president of WWF, Hot Rod Roddy Piper. It's a real like, Roddy, go out there and talk because we need to kill 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, not like much was accomplished.
All he does is he goes out and he gives Shawn advice about challenging for the world title at Mania. And also announces that Shawn versus the champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he announced that Shawn's the number one contender, as if that was perhaps a surprise to someone.
Then I noticed, like, is Roddy wearing a leather jacket over an unbuttoned pink dress shirt over an unbuttoned white tuxedo shirt?
You bet your ass.
You're goddamn right he was.
And looks
amazing.
I was going to say, in describing that sounds like a lot and kind of silly. He looks great.
He looks great. It works so well.
Legitimately great.
Yeah, he looks like a badass.
Yeah.
So then he just sort of kind of has to ramble on and on to kill time.
This show must have been running short or something.
No, because they were setting up the cage.
I'm sorry.
So they needed to kill, because you could see them carrying the cage to the ring. So he says that he doesn't feel bad for Yokozuna for getting handcuffed in the ring because he's stupid enough to get himself involved with this.
Fat idiot.
So he kind of calls him retarded.
Yeah.
Then he talks about Vader being from the mountains of Colorado, so he's clearly inbred.
He's also retarded.
So at this point, he refers to Yokozuna as weighing 600 pounds.
That's right.
Over the course of the show so far,
he's lost 100 pounds.
They've said he was 700 pounds at the when they did the promo package for him and the Bulldog.
Yeah.
Then when he was doing the promo in the back with Handsome Doc, they said he was 650.
Okay.
Now at this point, he has referred to him as 600 pounds.
Yeah.
But then by the time Cornette comes out and interrupts him,
we settle on 640.
He says that it's 320 pounds a cheek. So he goes from 700 to 600, then back up to 640 in the course of less than an hour.
Yeah.
Because why does it matter?
When you're a big guy, you have a lot of weight fluctuation.
I guess it's a lot of water retention.
Yeah.
He maybe had a big bowl of pasta.
Ooh, I would love a big bowl of pasta.
So I'd love some Antons.
Should we pause and I kill your dog?
No, that's cool.
Okay.
So at this point, he announces that because of what happened earlier, he's going to make Yokozuna versus Vader at WrestleMania, which definitely happens. Doesn't happen, you said.
Technically it does, but 4 other guys are involved.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Because one is too fat to do a singles match.
One man is already out of breath, and the match hasn't even happened.
And the match is a month away.
As soon as Jim Cornette comes out, Piper immediately screams at him to shut up. Like Cornette doesn't even get to do anything.
No,
Piper just screams
all
at him,
over.
And it is awesome. He also calls Cornette retarded and inbred.
Yes, it is his third retard of
like
the
he
promo.
talks about the kid on the front porch in Deliverance playing the banjo and asks him if that gives him any funny feelings, and it's like, he's calling him a inbred hick. Like,
which
we get it, Roddy. That's your go-to.
Yeah, which is a very tough line to tread here, because he's implying that because Jim Cornette is from Louisville, Kentucky, where the show is. So he has to find a way to insult Cornette and not the whole crowd.
Yeah. Although the whole crowd is too dumb to get it.
Exactly, so he can do whatever he wants. That's the key.
He then also proceeds to sexually assault him.
Absolutely.
So as they are turning around to leave the set, Piper just full on handful of ass crack.
He grabbed his whole asshole.
His whole asshole.
Yeah, to quote Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. But it was like a handful of butt crack.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, and Cornette jumps up, and Piper just sort of like gives him a smile, like, "Oh, come on, baby, you know you like it." And then he leaves.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
That's the end of the little thing, because now they've got the cage set up.
So the only like new information that promo accomplished was announcing Vader versus Yokozuna, which does not happen,
and that Yokozuna has gained 40 pounds since the last time we talked about it,
which was after losing 100 pounds. So he's still a net loss.
Yeah. But also, babyface Roddy Piper calling babyface Yokozuna retarded.
That was weird.
Yeah. But also, it's not like Roddy cares. And Roddy's only around for another, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Because like, he's kind of gone after WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, he's in WCW by the end of the year.
Yeah. So it's not exactly like he's there for the long haul. He's president until September 6th.
Okay.
And then he's in WCW November 18th.
Yeah.
So he's not around for a long time.
I'd say immediately after a 90-day no-compete.
Oh, you don't say. He definitely has a brutal WrestleMania match with Goldust where he actively tries to hurt him. There's a lot of spots in that match where like it's like he wasn't actually real life friends with Dusty and he wanted to hurt his son as payback. Except for he was real life good friends with Dusty, so none of that makes sense.
But also
Gay.
Roddy Piper is clinically insane.
And also he didn't like gay men.
Yeah.
Even
though he knows that Dustin Rhodes isn't gay.
you can't prove it.
I can't.
Man, I can't believe that Piper was employed by WCW until July 2000.
Hell yeah.
And then he was in WWE in 03, and then I forgot he did TNA, and then I forgot he was back in WCW, or in WWE, until 2011.
And won the tag titles.
Yes, he did. He sure did. So the main event, obviously, is Bret Hart and defending the title against Diesel in a steel cage. It is pretty obvious as soon as Diesel gets in the cage that it is a itty-bitty cage.
Yeah, like, Diesel can grab the top of the cage without fully extending his arms.
Like he can just put his arms up and they're on the top of the cage.
Yeah.
He's a very tall man and it is a very small cage.
Yeah, it's what is it, like an 8 or 9 foot
maybe
cage?
9,
I guess 9, yeah.
Yeah, because the Diesel's what, 6'10"?
6'10".
So yeah, maybe 9 feet.
Yeah.
And it looks much smaller than every other cage they had used up to that
It's
point.
really low. It's like a much older cage because they used to do real low cages.
Well, if you look at like Hogan Bundy, that cage is really tall.
Mm-hmm.
But this one looks like it was like their house show cage, and they didn't want to have to track the other one all the way, like load it up in the truck.
Hey, where's the good one?
Oh,
I don't know. Use the other one.
It's still in Connecticut. We're just going to use this one that's on the road all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't look good. It's like half of it looks blue and half of it just looks like the regular metal color that's under the blue.
Because the blue is worn off. It's a very old cage.
It's a very old cage. So, I mean, in all honesty, like a lot of this match is nothing.
It's a Kevin Nash match.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bret does try.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot of just do one move so the other guy's down, go to get out of the cage, get stopped.
Yeah.
It's go to the door, get stopped. It's double down, go to the door, get stopped. That's literally the whole match. Nothing but
climb to the top of the cage, then forget how to climb down.
Yeah, like at one point Bret legitimately wins the match.
He's fully on the outside of the cage.
Fully on the other side of the cage. He's all the way. But Diesel grabbing his hair stops him from climbing.
Yeah.
Like he could, even with Diesel holding his hair, Bret could take 2 steps and he would have won.
Yes.
But of course he doesn't.
No.
There's a Bret climbs up and Diesel gives him just like a straight up like up the middle low blow that then Bret drops down into crotching himself on the top rope.
Yep.
Which of course was definitely a Bret thing and not a plan between the two of them thing. It's definitely Bret thinking that was a part of the story. But yeah, there's no you know, like, he doesn't hit a jackknife.
No.
No, it doesn't hit a jackknife. He doesn't hit, like, his big sidewalk slam.
No, what were the moves that Diesel did?
He hits a
match?
big boot, and
Yeah.
he hits a big, like, kitchen sink at the beginning.
Yeah.
Bret takes the chest first really hard into the buckle.
Very hard.
Twice.
Yeah.
He also takes a Diesel, just, like, grabs him by the throat and slams him over the top rope into the cage.
Yeah.
But, like, there's nothing to this match.
It's not a lot.
It's nothing at all.
Yeah.
It does have an interesting finish, I guess.
Sure.
As far as Bret is down, Diesel's gonna win. He's crawling to the door. But from right by the door, a hole emerges where the Undertaker reaches out and grabs Diesel by the leg and then drags him into it, kicking and screaming.
To hell.
Straight to hell.
And
then
then
a bunch of smoke comes out of it.
Here comes Fog Machine.
And meanwhile, Bret has very easily climbed over and dropped to the floor.
Yeah, Bret's fine.
As soon as Bret wins, Diesel crawls his way back out of from under the ring with one of his pant legs ripped,
Which I didn't,
all the way
which
up.
I wasn't ready for and didn't like. One of his nice leather Diesel pant legs is ripped, and you very, very rarely see any bare leg on Kevin Nash.
I don't think I've ever seen.
He's a long pants man through and through for a reason.
Yes,
because they're kind of just like weird skinny legs with a big red knee pad on it.
I
wasn't ready for it.
The only other times I can think of him in shorts are at spring breakouts.
Yes.
That's it. Because he's wearing shorts because he doesn't give a fuck about wrestling.
Yeah.
And him and Hall are fucking around. Like when it's nobody go in the pool, that's so-and-so spot. And Nash goes, luckily I'm the spring breakout cannonball champion.
Cannonball!
And cannonballs into the pool. And probably hurts himself because that pool's not designed for a 7-foot tall man to cannonball into. But whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, the match is literally nothing. Bret wins. Diesel gets scared and very easily and very quickly climbs out of the cage.
They're like, oh, you should have done that earlier,
And
buddy.
if it was that easy, just do it.
Yeah.
But then Taker climbs out, and Taker does a big old pose at the top. The lights go out, his music goes on, there's smoke and stuff, and obviously setting up a very mediocre WrestleMania match.
A lot of pomp and circumstance just to set up fucking Diesel and Undertaker, which is not good.
Not good at all. So, yeah, it was a pretty lackluster show other than Owen and Shawn. As, I mean, pretty much every one of these is a one-match show.
Yeah, it's usually one banger and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had gotten an Ahmed Johnson match. That would have been pretty cool.
Where's Ahmed?
He's on the next one, I believe. I think the next one is Ahmed Jake versus Bulldog Owen.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Which I guess is good or
I guess that's
whatever.
Something.
I'm sure there's some weird Bulldog Ahmed interaction, considering they're both just big old beefs.
A couple of big beefs.
A couple of chunks. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this one was really a whole lot of nothing. So hopefully the next one's a little bit better.
And as of the next one, I saw them all live, so I'll have nostalgia reports for you.
And for anyone who's been a listener to this podcast for however long we've been doing it, Scott?
40 years.
40 years. Today marks the end of an era.
Uh-oh.
Because this is the last podcast that will be recorded.
Oh,
at
that's right.
My current and for the majority of my life living situation.
I was wondering how you were going to get out of that sentence. Turns out,
not well.
About as well as I expected.
In exactly 3 days, I will be living in a different area, and it will be number one. It is more populous for the kind of things I'm into, and also has excellent food choices.
What?
It's right by the beach.
What kind of things are you into that one would associate with that area of downtown Vancouver?
Salami.
It's
the Italian district. You don't know that? It's all the bistros and the gabagool.
More like beef stros.
Yeah, I'm down with beef stros.
And yeah, a lot of
there's a lot of
salted cured meat.
There's a lot of gaps in the wall, and
that's true.
Some cut curtains.
A lot of the public restrooms in the area have fallen into disrepair.
I expect to get a lot of long handshakes.
Oh.
And I hope I see some cobblestone.
A silk sheet sort of fellow?
Perhaps. So it not only is it benefiting that, but of course I'm right by the beach.
Right near the beach.
And it also means that one Scott Henson gets to travel, 40 minutes less to get here.
About that.
Yeah,
I am pretty psyched about both driving time and food options.
And we also found out that one of your favorite coffee joints is like 2 blocks from my place.
It's a walker.
Yeah. Texas Ranger.
Shout out to Matchstick. Actually, you're not even that far from my favorite. Well, it's not much. It's not a walker.
Is there a revolver?
No. Well, there's only the one revolver, and that's not a walker. Oh. But it's a short driver.
It's still close.
I mean, downtown, all of downtown is not that big.
Yeah, literally the only problem with everything downtown is parking.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to do about parking, because there's not really there's some street parking.
So when you said there was guest parking, you were lying.
I don't know. We'll see.
So you don't know?
I don't actively know.
Idiot.
I will find out for you.
I can't wait to get my car towed every time I come over.
That'll be really fun. That's a good story. That is a good story for the podcast. So
that time I got my car towed 18 times in a row.
The very next edition of this podcast that you hear will be recorded from the city of Vancouver, British Columbia, as opposed to the city of Coquitlam, British Columbia.
Go to hell, Coquitlam.
Which I would say is probably 85+% of the amount of podcasts we've done.
Easily.
Almost all of them have been exclusively in here or on the patio. There have been a couple at Kelly's house who is also in Coquitlam. But other than that, it's almost all been here. Even the early days, like before this.
Oh, where? Like
the back catalog of
I Sucks Dick's Heart Cinema.
Which, if you haven't heard any of those, I don't recommend them.
I mean, there's probably funny stuff.
But it's also really bad quality.
The audio quality would be dog shit, because that would have probably been recorded on an...
That would be your iPhone.
And not even my current iPhone.
No.
Like an iPhone
6?
No. I have an iPhone 6 now.
Oh. An iPhone 3?
I think an iPhone 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and also in a room, either in a room or outside on a sun deck with four people.
Bunch of ambient noise.
Sometimes there was a laptop with somebody live. So we did a lot of those. So, I mean, if you're really bored and you want to go back and look through some really old back catalog stuff, there is a bunch of I Sucks Dick's Heart Cinema. But it's been a lot of years of recording in this house, and this is the very last one.
Absolutely. It is absolutely an end of an era. The all the real old stuff is not on the podcast feed, but it is all on the YouTube. So if you're getting this via YouTube on I don't know. You can search for it. What's my fucking? I think it's Blue Thunder Video on YouTube, but you can just search the podcast. You know where it is. It's all there if you want to listen to our very early and unprofessional, not really figuring out what we were doing type podcasts. Yep. So check those out if you want, and of course follow us on Twitter at @NotScottHenson, @SarianSoftPaws, and send us a little bit of fucking money for once in a while.
I'm moving. I need the money.
Drew's moving, and I'm moving you to send me some money. PayPal.me/NotScottHenson, and if it's also for Drew, mention him in the note, or I'll keep it for myself.
Even if you do mention my name, he'll keep it for
himself. Even if you do, I might keep it for myself. It's a fun surprise every time. That should probably do it. This is probably too long anyway, but the most important thing is that the secret letter is E.
See ya!